The nation seems to be starting to recover from the COVID pandemic as more and more people feel comfortable to travel, especially during this Memorial Day weekend. New developments are reigniting debates about where the virus originated. Joining me now is Todd, moderator of Meet the Press. Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, good morning, Christy.
So many of the remaining coronavirus restrictions here in Georgia expire this week, but today you will be discussing how and where the virus originated. A lot of theories going around, and if there is an eventual consensus from the intelligence community, what are the odds it becomes even more of a political issue than a health and science issue?
Oh, I think the odds are very high on that because, for one big reason, China is not being forthcoming, right? There is collective agreement that we don't know the answer to this, and we don't know the answer to this because China won't let us have the answer. You know, I spoke to the Secretary of State a few weeks ago, and I asked him if he thought China knew the answer to the origin of COVID, and while he wouldn't go all the way there, Secretary of State Blinken, he did say, you know, there's a lot of things China hasn't been forthcoming about. They didn't let international scientists in immediately. They still haven't found the animal source for it. Now, look, it took 15 years to get to the source of SARS, so no one is saying you're going to get it done in 90 days or a year. But it's the lack of cooperation from the Chinese scientists. What are they covering up? Are they covering up the fact that maybe that COVID was circulating a lot sooner than they told their own population? Are they covering up that they were doing experiments and it leaked out? Are they covering up the fact that they have known about this for quite some time? You know, we don't know what they're covering up, but we're pretty convinced they're covering something up. And that's the problem here. And without a consensus, and I'm going to have a scientist on too, a virologist, you know, why do we need to know scientifically the origins of COVID? And he'll make that case. But as we prepare for new pandemics, knowing the origin of this would help a lot.
And on the show today, you will also discuss the current investigations into former President Trump's business dealings. But these allegations have not hurt the standing in the Republican Party. In fact, we saw Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene this week bring up the debunked talking point that Trump won the presidential vote here in Georgia. So with the 2022 election now 17 months away, why hasn't any other Republican risen to the level of influence of the former president?
Well, because the Republican leadership in Washington has chosen not to try. I mean, at the end of the day, Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell had some could argue, had an opportunity after January 6th and during impeachment to sever ties with the former president and sort of try to chart a new path without him. Kevin McCarthy did the exact opposite, went down and, as Liz Cheney said, essentially rehabilitated the image of the former president in the eyes of some Republicans. And now, of course, you have this growing sort of divide among Americans on the significance of what happened on January 6th, where you have Democrats and independents believing this was a consequential threat to the American democracy, and now you have a growing number of Republicans who think too much is being made out of this. And it's all, you could say, you're asked to answer your question. Washington Republican leadership decided they didn't have the credibility with their own rank and file to try to wean them off the former president, and the former president's taken advantage of that moment, and here we are, and it certainly explains why we're not getting a bipartisan commission right now to look at what happened on January 6th.
Lots to talk about. Meet the Press airs right after Weekend Morning, right here on 11 Alive.